Irris, so we had these attacks overnight by Israel. What's the situation at the moment?
There's two places we really have to keep our eyes on. One is Gaza and one is Jerusalem. So Gaza has been relatively quiet since the airstrike, since that flare-up overnight, and ordinary business goes on there. In Jerusalem, it was Friday prayers today at the Al-Aqsa Mosque, and we've seen a very subdued Jerusalem this morning. The people who normally go bustling, the old city is usually bustling, lots of shoppers, they were not there. There were lots of, there was an eruption of violence between young Palestinian men and young Jewish Israeli men. And after that, what we saw was a very subdued Friday prayers as well. So I would say this is a tense city waiting for the next eruption, but not erupting at the moment.
Well, and as we mentioned, Antony Blinken is set to visit Israel and the West Bank early next week. So given all of this violence, what are we expecting from his visit?
I don't know that he expected it. It wasn't planned for this. He's here to coordinate ahead of Benjamin Netanyahu's trip to Israel. But there are unconfirmed reports, by the way, that the head of the CIA is also here. The CIA hasn't confirmed it, but I've heard it from two sources, so I feel I can report that. That also wasn't planned for this. So I think this upsurge in violence is one thing that's definitely going to be on the cards. The other thing is the planned Israel's legal overhaul, the radical overhaul, as the government is calling it, an overthrow of the system, as its opponents are calling it. Will Israel and the US maintain the shared democratic values that are so important to them if Israel continues with this plan? So all of that on the cards too. Netanyahu determined to bring about these changes. Many people in Israel fearful of what that will mean. Many in America fearful as well.
Okay, our correspondent in Jerusalem, Irris Makler. Irris, thanks as always.